Hi, it's Tom Wells for Federal Student Loan Forgiveness. Today we're going to look at 11 ways in which to consolidate student loan debt that you should know about. For anybody looking to consolidate student loan debt, there are a number of options to consider. It is important to read and understand the various rules and regulations in order to make the most informed choice on this most important life decision. The first two under consideration are direct subsidized and direct unsubsidized loans. While each of these will be examined in detail, the main difference between them is that the direct loan has better terms with students in financial need. Direct subsidized loans. These are available to undergraduates showing financial need. The school will then determine how much money can be borrowed, and it may not exceed the predetermined need. The best part is that the U.S. Department of Education pays the interest on this type of loan. Direct unsubsidized loans. An unsubsidized loan, on the other hand, is available to both graduate and undergraduate students. There is no pre-existing requirement to demonstrate financial hardship. Again, the institution of learning will determine how much money can be borrowed based on tuition, fees, and any other aid that is received. However, the student is responsible for any interest that is accrued. Subsidized federal Stafford loans. Students can receive financial aid from private lenders under this type of program that are guaranteed by the government. This umbrella actually covers subsidized and unsubsidized Stafford loans, FFEL Plus, and consolidation loans. The latter no longer have the protection provided by the federal government, however, but instead come from the direct loan program via the U.S. Department of Education. Unsubsidized federal Stafford loans. The same as subsidized except for the fact that the government doesn't cover the interest payback, which becomes the responsibility of the lendee. Direct plus loans. As mentioned previously, this type of lending is made through the U.S. Department of Education to persons attending undergraduate or graduate school. The borrower has the responsibility of repaying the interest that accrues during the borrowing period. Federal Perkins loans. The Perkins loan is through the federal government by the attendee school for both graduate and undergraduate scholars who have determined financial hardship. Federal nursing loans. There has been a program set up for nurses specifically who have proven financial need. Applicants can receive a low interest rate on the money borrowed that is good for both full and half-time students if they are pursuing a program of study that is designed to award a degree of some type. This could range from an associate's all the way up to a master's degree. Universities choose the candidates and determine how much assistance each person may receive. Candidates are eligible if they are a citizen or lawful permanent resident of the U.S. or territories under its jurisdiction, as long as they are able to demonstrate financial hardship and provide the necessary documentation about the parents. This type of lending is possible. Subsidized loan. In this type of contract, the interest that is generated is the responsibility of the borrower to be paid back in full regardless of the actual status of the loan. Interest begins accruing from the disbursement date and continues until repayment is made in full. Federal Family Education Loan, FFEL program. No longer in existence, has been absorbed by the U.S. Department of Education Direct Loan Program. Supplemental Loan for Students, or SLS. This is also no longer a program on its own. It actually has two components, direct plus loans or private loans, which have already been examined earlier in this document. Existing consolidation loans. Self-explanatory, as these are monies previously borrowed and seeking to bring together all under one umbrella. Thanks for watching.